we go to the sweep system. The sweep system will give you an option to attack and re-attack. At the end of it, I'll do a Q&A. So if you guys want to ask any questions about anything at all, it doesn't have to be beauty related, what hair products I use, whatever like that, then you can ask me like, you guys need to have a drink during the seminar, have a drink if you want to, like ask certain questions, don't think that, you have to wait till a fixed period of time to ask questions. You can just ask whenever you want to. I'll also, I'll video the seminars. I'll video the technical part of the seminars and I'll put it up onto my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel's got, I don't know, about 200 videos up on there. It's not good.
Go Myers.
What is happening there?
Heads on the far side, that way you don't get rolled over. First to the bottom, umpire. You can. Just remember, if he's bridging and you could your head too tight, you don't First, try to control, so that way as he rolls harder. I'm pretty safe. Yeah. Super tight. Partner. Fine. Good job. Come in, please. So first thing. Quite hit down the knee smash, I've got the stability to start to attach and sweep. So the part that if people are issues with is inserting this foot, and the downfall about it is that no mind you're not pushing him backwards, you're not moving away, you're not doing two hips. Then overhaul. 90 seconds. Right, if you're thinking, I guarantee some other people are thinking it, so otherwise I'm going to drop that, we're going to move to the next section. Kevin.
Your right hand, that's that underhooking side control.
Yep.
When you bring your right knee up, are you adjusting that down to the hip so they don't end up rolling onto the arm?
Whether they roll onto my arm or not is relevant because it becomes my base system that I'm driving my knee to. So the more that I move my elbow out, the further I have to drive my right knee to control the position. So sometimes I like to keep it tight because they can't roll any further because my arm's set and it's underneath their body. It's causing them more pain than me and the block's in the way. So I don't kind of worry too much about that. And if I need to, what I do, instead of trying to pull the arm out, you're going to go top side so it releases so you walk more towards your head and that releases the pressure on your elbow and then you can still keep the control and do what you want to do on that. Yes?
You said grabbing the tricep, but can you get up or shoot it in the collar? Would that work the same? Or
You can, but look at the system, right? Because the sweep's really precise. I just hope you don't realise it. You think you've got the other. I'll block him out, nice and easy. All power, push him down. 1, 2, knee. Now, if my foot is on the outside, it's going to pass my guard because I've got one hook and if he smashes his hip down, that hook no longer cuts and it's going to actually upgrade straight to mount because I'm really bad. Yeah, you know what I mean? This is terrible for me. So I need to make sure that when I'm playing my hook or my butterfly guard, both my feet on the inside of his knees. Both my feet on the inside of his knees. That's system number one. I bring my left elbow towards my head, I lift. I come to my top position, and I finish my choke. Edge, push, here, 1. As I re-swing, swing, my foot comes through. Overhook. Fake it, grab it, good, close. Yeah, 1 second. Now I can really kick his leg out, I can do this, but I want to attack him. here, it drives into me, the choke, sorry, the choke comes on. So the mechanic from here says, and sorry, second is, I definitely don't want him to grab my arm. This is a pain, so I kind of go like, I can just grip brake from here as well if I want to. Does everyone understand? So we're here, my head's low from here, I fake it, I've got hold of this, here. The key is I'm blocking out, so my right elbow goes low. I sit, I lift. Once I'm here, I step. The way the choke works is my right elbow is the block. So my right elbow stops him from turning towards me. My left elbow, left hand, goes towards my head. If I try and squeeze, there's no choke. So, right hand, blocks him out. If I try and squeeze, there's no choke. So what this hand upper does goes this way. Five. So just keep drilling it for 1 minute, don't swap over. Just keep drilling it for 1 minute, don't swap over.
Keep it a little bit of pressure.
Head position, guys. Head position. Let's go, let's go. You got 1 minute, sure. Seconds in opposition, and I'm trying to push weight, but he's really strong, and like I'm kind of getting this stuff like that, you know, I'm like, man, and it might not be that he's physically strong, but his frame system and the position on my hips dictates that I can't move. And it's not that he's better than me, he's just better at jiu-jitsu than me right now, okay? So first things first, is this, my hand position is king. If I don't do the hand position, it's not going to work. I bring my right hand to my left hand and I lock the shoulder. I let go of the hip. I bring my right hand to my left hand, I lock the shoulder. I'm going to pull my right elbow down. I'm going to drive my left elbow underneath his chin. I'm going to go slow. I drive my right elbow down. I bring my left elbow underneath his chin. So, fight!
On the choke one,
Yeah.
when can you, like your head's going higher when you're going over for the overwrap?
Yep.
So you maintain that head position lower, then you come higher, then you go lower again.
So
when are you high and when are you low?
Here,
Yeah, low.
watch. Yep, back. So now, this stops him from coming in, from recoupling his head, which allows me.
So as soon as you get that right hand frame, your head position
Because
is high.
if I'm going here, and if I go, I've missed the choke, like man, I'm too shallow,
Yeah.
I don't want to put him in a position where he can push me onto my back. So if I'm here, because the choke's shallow, he can push me onto my back. So if I'm missing this, I'm always doing this to reset. So I can at least come in now. This choke's easy peasy. So I'll always have that distance management before or until I get my controls. What's your...
in general, but you've got a bit going on, your husband, your father, you've got your own game that you develop and work on. Heat, armour, SGT, rest, work on your stretching, you've got a lot going on. Do you have to constantly put in effort to balance out all the elements in your life, or have you just got a drum beat in the middle going out, kind of just works?
My life is pretty much done in 5-minute intervals. I'm really good at, I have to be here, I have to be here, I have to be here. That's just done through sheer dedication, and I know what I want out of life.
Like, no one's going to give me anything. I'm not going to go, I want that gold medal. Hey, can I go and buy one? No one's going to go to me, I want to be really fit. Can you go and get fit for me? Like, there's shit that you have to do in life. You got to take ownership of that. If like I have exactly the same amount of hours as every single other person. I'm up super early. I love my solitude in the morning. I love getting my mind around it. But my life is pretty much in 5-minute intervals, and I have fixed criteria that I have to achieve each day. And I'm okay if I don't achieve it once or twice. Third time, that's not acceptable. So, you know, like if I said to you, like, and this was never anything I was taught about, if I said to you, like, I can guarantee you're going to be more successful in life if you have a plan and a goal. But the trouble with a lot of people is that they kind of go, I want to be a world champion. I want to get my blue belt. I want to get my purple belt. So the focus becomes on the blue belt or the purple belt, and they kind of focus on that. But people forget that your blue belt and your purple belt is about your strength and conditioning. It's about your stretching. It's about what you eat. It's how you present yourself in the gym and outside the gym. It's your hygiene. But hygiene is fucking huge, guys, you know. We went down to Margaret River to do a seminar. First thing I do, get out of my car, clean my teeth, put some deodorant on, some aftershave. I'm gonna smell nice for you guys. I'm not gonna have stinky breath. I'm gonna make sure that, you know, if you guys give me my time, you guys are gonna get good reward for it. So I want to do all these things, and like I'll probably, as a white belt going to blue belt, I've got to do 5 things. But now I realise those 5 things comes 25 things or 30 things. And I can guarantee every single one of you guys could climb Mount Everest if I carved 10 million stairs into it. But no one wants to do the effort to carve the stairs to work out that path. Everyone tries to go, that's what he did, I just couple it in. But there's a lot of stuff that you don't see that goes on. There's a lot of stuff that we do that no one sees that we do, you know, and you know, like Adam Jarks and, you know, the others. So, but you've got to go above and beyond to be better than the person next to you if that's what you want to do. Don't compare yourself to anyone, man. Comparison is the root of all evil. Like, man, you do not know what's going on in their life. Like I get a lot of people kind of say to me, like, oh, you know, like, you know, you're really lucky to do what you do. I'm like, fuck, lucky's got nothing to do with it, man. You know, I don't see you up at like 5:30 in the morning down the beach. I don't see you rolling 3 times a day in there. But, you know, like, if I said to you, like, 20 years ago, I had $30,000 in debt. My gym was about to be closed because I couldn't pay my lease. I had to sell my car to buy a bike. I had to sell my bike to buy food. I lived out of my parents' house because I couldn't afford to rent. I had a can of tuna for my breakfast and my lunch. That was all I could afford to eat. I charged $45 for an hour session. I started at 4 o'clock in the morning. I had to run 45 minutes from my parents' house with a backpack on in the pissing down rain to get to the gym to open up to do an hour PT, then wait 3 hours for the next PT. But how many people would be willing to do that? Or kind of go, this fucking sucks, I'll just go and get a job and work for someone else. I'm not. I know what I want, man. I know what I want, and I'm prepared to do the shit that's required to get there. Man, like people don't know, like, I've been on the verge of being bankrupt a couple of times because I couldn't afford to pay rent. At one stage, I had to borrow $27,000 off my mum and dad because the landlord said to me, if you don't pay 6 months rent up front, you're out of here. And I went, I don't have $27,000. And mum and dad, I went, hey, you know, like, I need $27,000. And they're like, for what? I said, run my martial arts gym. They're like, why don't you go and get a job like everyone else? I said, because I'm not like everyone else. I honestly and truly believe I can make this successful. But I need that break. I need that one thing. I need that opportunity. And it was pretty much at the end of that $27,000, I either walk out there and I'm bankrupt, I owe my mum and dad. Can you imagine only owing your mum and dad $27,000 because you fucked up? No, seriously, like that. by itself was this huge mental drive. I can't afford to let my mum and dad down. And it was that, like, so for me, I've been on the end where I've had no money. I've lived on cans of tuna. I didn't have a motor transport. I didn't have anything. I owed people money, people that were important to me that I couldn't let down. So for me to get to what I want to do, it was pretty much, okay, how can I get 5 members into my gym? How can I get 10 members into my gym? How can I get 20 members into my gym? How can I make those 20 members bring in 2 friends each? How can I look the part? How can I act the part? How can I make people want to train? What can I do? And pretty much the answer was just be you, because you're passionate about what you want to do. Just be you. Don't compare yourself. Like, I don't want to be like John Will. Fuck man, like, are you guys figuring this? Okay. Mainly because I'm not going to leave my family to go travelling around the world to do seminars and travelling around Australia to do seminars. That's not me. That's what John Will does. But I don't want that. I want to be at my gym. You know, it's only recently I've got this opportunity to come to other gyms and to kind of go, man, this is friggin' awesome. I understand what John Will enjoys, but I'm not travelling too far. I'm staying in WA. You know what I mean? Like, I'm staying here. I'll come out, but I don't want that opportunity to do it. That might change soon. We'll leave that up. So, but right now, it's where I want. But like, sometimes to get what you want and to know what you want, you've got to have everything taken away from you. Seriously, like, man, you guys have black belt coaches. You guys got a gym. You got mats on the ground. Like, you guys are living in the high life. You got freaking fans going. You know what I mean? Like, you guys don't know how good you've got it. Yeah, Adam's a high-level competitor. He's out there, like, Ryan's out there doing it, stretching, massaging his leg. He's feeling good. You know, like, no, you guys don't understand how good it is. And if you guys start comparing, oh man, that gym over there's got that, or that guy's driving that fancy car, or that, man, you're going to lose everything that you're enjoying out of life. Don't compare yourself. Be really happy with what you have. Like, really enjoy what you have. Be happy with it. No, you don't know what's gone through. You don't know what they've gone through to get to where they are. And if you're not happy with where you are, you have the opportunity to change it. No one's stopping you, apart from yourself. Really, and Adam and Ryan, thank you guys. Like, man, blown away. I appreciate you guys coming out. Thank you. All yours.
A couple of things I want to say. Just first of all, congratulations, Kev, today getting your purple belt. And just backing up on what Adam's saying about essentially what you put into jiu-jitsu is what you get out, right? Like, we don't do gradings based on time here. Like, one thing I hear a lot of people say is, oh, so-and-so must be due for their insert X belt here, because they've been training X amount of years or whatever, you know what I mean? So there's guys in every gym that train, 2 years and become world beaters, and guys that train 20 years, but they just show up and go through the motions and they don't learn jiu-jitsu. They're on the mat, yeah, they're showing up, but they're not getting anything out of it, they're not putting anything in. So it comes down to what you put in, and time is the least important metric in the belt. There's a minimum time. That just means you have to pass that minimum time. You're not going to get a purple belt sooner than 2 years from your blue belt. That doesn't mean that 2 years you get a purple belt. That's completely irrelevant. There's a minimum criteria you must meet. Kev was a blue belt for 4 years. That's twice the minimum time. So that's what it takes sometimes, right? Kev's on the mat nearly every day. He's here for the lunch class. He used to do a lot of the night classes, metal chasers, competed a lot of the blue belt. This is what it takes, you know what I mean? So don't think by rocking up and just showing up and showing your face that you're going to get a belt from me, you know what I mean? It's what you put in. You could get it way quicker just by getting good at jiu-jitsu. The number one fix-all for getting a belt is getting good at jiu-jitsu. And along that journey, ironically, you'll stop giving a fuck about that belt, because you'll get something that really matters, and that's the skill. And the belt is a recognition of that skill. So it's hard to understand that early on. When you're a white belt, being a blue belt, you think it's the most important thing in the world. You know what I mean? But when you get that belt, you realise the next day you come in, it's another day on the mat. You know what I mean? With a slightly bigger target on your back. You know what I mean? So that's the only thing that really changes. And the higher up guys start going a little bit harder against you. And Ken's got that to look forward to now. Guys will go a bit harder and start smashing you a bit harder. And when you compete, obviously the level jumps and all those things. But it sounds cliche, but you have to learn to start appreciating the journey, because time goes fast. And one day you'll be where I am, looking back and thinking, that was a really long journey, but it seems like it took a week. It just goes like that. So learn to appreciate those steps along the way, and grow into your belt and understand you've got an opportunity where you're at to get better and compete and learn and put the time into that belt and appreciate what you are. The belts will come over time, all right? So get back what you put in and you'll understand things from a better perspective. Second of all, thanks so much for Adam for coming down. It's the first time I've had him down at the gym, and it's just awesome to have him come down and share some technique with you guys, and really appreciate it. Thanks again, Adam. Thank you.